Why doesn't the sound of a rocket launch kill you? The launch of a rocket is one of the loudest and most violent events on Earth. A raw display of engineering power where sound isn't just heard, it's felt. But here's the question: why doesn't the sound kill you? Jet engines max out at around 140 decibels, already painful to the human ear. But rockets? They can exceed 200 decibels near the source. That's not just loud, it's lethal. At those levels, sound becomes a shockwave, capable of rupturing eardrums, collapsing lungs, and shaking buildings apart. In fact, during the first space shuttle launch, reflected sound waves damaged parts of the orbiter itself. So how do people survive it? Distance. Sound intensity drops fast the farther you get, thanks to the inverse square law. Just doubling the distance cuts the sound power nearly in half. That's why spectators watch launches from miles away. Close enough to feel the rumble, far enough to stay safe. But distance doesn't protect the rocket. That's where sound suppression systems come in. Seconds before ignition, launch pads are flooded with hundreds of thousands of gallons of water. This absorbs and dampens the acoustic energy, turning destructive noise into harmless steam. It's how NASA dropped sound levels from 195 to 142 decibels for the space shuttle, enough to prevent structural damage. The launch complex itself is a fortress. Flame trenches deflect sound and exhaust sideways, while reinforced blockhouses shelter personnel. Everything is shaped to redirect, absorb, or survive the violence of launch. Not all solutions use water. At Baikonur in freezing Kazakhstan, Soyuz rockets launch over massive concrete pits that reflect and absorb the sound. It's a different strategy, but the same goal: tame the beast. Rocket sound is not just noise, it's energy. Powerful, dangerous, and awe-inspiring. And the only reason we can reach space is because we've learned how to respect, manage, and survive it.